everyone, and welcome back to our American dairy farm. We are hopeful to start doing our corn silage here this morning. It's early. I wouldn't normally want to start it this early, but with rain in the forecast, I think they're predicting about 11 o'clock noon. It's supposed to rain the rest of the day. So it's about 50% chance, so we're going to gamble and we're going to get out here. Chores are done. So now we're going to get out here and start this, open up this field down here for corn and silage. We got our chopper box hooked up and we are ready to go. So we're going to start down here in the fields that we planted corn silage. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. We're going to hopefully get these two small fields up here chopped up and before the rain, but we will see about that. Weathermen are not always right, and sometimes we get lucky. So we'll get the forage harvester and we'll be right back. Alrighty. So we had this sitting over here because I knew I was going to be doing corn. So let's drive on over. And I'm thinking about selling some more bales too. So this is, I know we sold a bunch of, square bales for the second crop here, but thinking about taking care of some of them round bales over there. I mean, I still have 15, I believe, down in the lower field by the farm. So, I mean, that's plenty, I think, to get us through the year, plus what I have stored away. So, I believe I'm going to end up doing it probably before corn harvest. Just because once we get with corn and beans, we're not going to have a whole lot of time for other stuff. So, between farm chores and everything. And we also did make a new purchase. So, the Kenworth that we had, I ended up getting rid of that and getting a nice Peterbilt, a single cab or day cab. It's just nothing special as far as like, it's just your basic truck. About $75,000, but they gave us $25,000 for our Kenworth, so we'll show you that when we get up there. For now, we're gonna try our luck and see if we can get going with this here. And we're gonna start early. Put the pipe going. I think that's all we should be able to do there is get the header going. And let's see how we do. Alright, just like so. Oop, don't want to miss that end roll there. We are chopping corn. So the plan is, once we get done with this, we are going to be putting some cows down here. I think I mentioned that before. We're going to be buying some beef cows and putting them down here. And I think that's going to be beneficiary to us. I mean, they'll eat off the corn, and obviously we're not getting 100%. So they'll basically just eat the stalks, although we are cutting it lower than we would if we were combining it for corn. They'll still get, nutrition and all that out of there and help out a little bit with that. Yeah, it's hard to see in the day cab here, so outside view is a lot better. So we're not filling it up as fast as we were with the grass, so, which is not a bad thing, I guess. I mean, yes and no. this around. Yeah, we made it all the way around and we got about 25%, so. And I think we'll be able to get a decent amount off these two little fields down here. And we're gonna go around one more time here. And then I'm gonna go cut through the middle, I believe, and just kind of split it in half. You know, with us, you know, having this header on here, we can kind of go against the rows and all that. It doesn't really matter. You're just chopping it all up. Now, if we were in a combine, it'd be a little different. Well, we can get away with it, doing it this way. We got this dip here. There's so many dips in these fields out here that over the years the water just basically left a big hole. The old man never took care of it, so I think that's some stuff that we're going to be doing, like with the wheat that we just harvested here not too long ago. We're going to take care of that because we will be planting wheat here pretty soon, but it won't be the whole field. It'll just be that little sectional that kind of goes into the woods. I don't know, it's probably a 4-acre, 5-acre patch, I think, that we'll end up planting with wheat, and we just want to do that for straw, so we got to have a little bit of that, because, you know, it is cheaper for us to plant seed and plant our own wheat. What we take in, you know, we'll pay for basically everything and then make a little profit, plus we get straw for our cattle, so, because I don't believe on this map we can do corn stalk bales. I don't think so. I didn't see anything on that. That would be nice. I'd use that for bedding, and cows love that. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna just kind of go into the middle of this and just go straight down into it and just take off half and just keep going back and forth. I believe that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just cut right in here. See how that works. Go. So once we head up there to the farm, I'll show you guys the semi that I bought. But we're just gonna go back around, and then we're gonna cut down that middle again to the left side. So we're gonna slowly eat away at this here. But I kind of like following the rows more or less than I do just cutting in like that. But like I said, with these, you know, with these headers here that just chop it up, it's a lot more different than if you were in a combine to do that. So we're gonna pick up and then we're gonna go over here. I am loving the looks of it though. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, that is looking good. 70%. I'm gonna change that to, I can see the tons. I want to go off tons, not yards. Not sure if I can change that here yet quick. I hate when it changes like that. But bear with me here. We're gonna get this field going and start chopping away. It's just kind of, I should actually go around one more time to open it up so I can turn. Almost 4 headland passes is almost necessary. They got that dip right there. I don't even remember that when I was planting this either. Huh. So yeah, one thing we were looking at too, I know I mentioned it, was getting a pull behind forage harvester. You know, one of the pull types, the New Holland. I believe we got a New Holland. There's a case one that we can also buy. But, you know, with this here, we're actually better off. You know, we don't do a whole lot to like most farmers, but we're just better off keeping what we got and kind of going from there type thing. So the only thing I would like to purchase yet this year, which, I mean, depending on if we sell corn and beans, which I don't think we're gonna, because the price, the market right now is just terrible. So corn at one time here, I think it was early spring, we didn't have any because the old man emptied the bins out. But I mean, there was $7 a bushel for corn it was going for at our ethanol plant, so it was really good money. And the market right now, and if I harvested the corn and sold all my dry corn, oh, I'd be not looking good right now. So, but it will change, and obviously the market fluctuates and all that, harvest season and all that. There's a lot that goes into it. So we're hoping that comes back up. We're not going to be selling our corn probably till, I would say, February, maybe May, April. Because according to the game here, that is when they pay the most. So we're looking to take it in there, and then that should bring us over 200,000, which we just sold milk, and we got a decent amount for milk. So this last milk check did not do too well, and I'm not sure, you know, we did change the feed up too. So we emptied out our, you know, our grass silage silo. We emptied that out, but we didn't do a mixed ratio. And I noticed that affected the, you know, production of milk on the cows. So, because our milk check was not as big as we normally get. So we're going to kind of stick to doing what I've been doing, which obviously if it works. And we're going to be full. After this, we're just going to take it up there. Yeah, that worked out perfect actually. So we're going to just go up there and drop it off. Yeah, and I am kind of all over with this, going with this. I'm opening up the middle and going on outsides, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion. It's just as long as I get it off here. So our first chopper box is full, and out of curiosity, I wonder if I can hire somebody to take over while I go empty that. That would be great, because it doesn't really make sense to fill both of them and then just you take the extra time to, you know, because normally you'd have another hand on here and they would empty one chopper box while you're filling one. But short-staffed on the farm here. Hard to find good help. So let's see if I can change that quick. There we go. So I got 9 tons in one trailer. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we're going to try to hire somebody here. And see what they do. It could be a mess. It very well could be. But it's going to make this progress of us getting this done before rain a lot faster. So let's just go here, see if we can get somebody. And they're just gonna cut right up, you know, because who cares, right? I should activate course play. That's right, I'll come back and I'll pick up the pieces. Not too worried about it. Alright, we're gonna take our first load up, and then I think we're gonna get back into a time lapse here. So this video is not 40 minutes long. You guys get the point. We're hauling our corn silage up to the silo and throwing it into the silo. So let's head up there and hope to God that he keeps going with that. Old 1066 is struggling a little bit. Old corn silage weighs more than grass. It pulled that, no problem. There we go. Full throttle ahead, downhill. And he's completed his task. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. It's just not working out. I can't seem to get any of that to work on here, so I just usually end up doing it myself. Horseplay, I gotta get familiar with that. That would go a long way if I could get that to work like it should. Because it would be nice to have somebody, if I ran the combine, you know, I could have a worker, you know, run basically the chaser bin, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. They could dump into a truck, take the truck, unload into a silo, or into a bin, I should say, and be done. But unfortunately, can't get that to work. See, a bale rolled off there. Both bales did. Okay. I guess the cows are just gonna eat that on the ground. I would like to have that off the ground. Might have to go in here at the skid steer later and put them back up. That's kind of odd. The cows would have pushed it off. There's the new Peterbilt. You will see more of that. We'll be driving it, corn harvest and stuff like that. So it's red. All right, I got to get the blower hooked up to the right silo before I do this. All right, just like that. Unloading into the first silo here. We got our grass silage and the other one here. And I thought about putting some corn, some high moisture corn and stuff like that, messing around with some of that in that silo there, but this is working out. Oh, we're just slowly unloading here. Got the 806 hooked back up to the blower. We've been using New Holland over there to do some farm chores, just kind of messing around with it. Got that front loader with that bale spike. It makes it a lot easier to move bales around and stuff instead of hopping through the skid steer and then hopping back out, because, you know, we can't use the skid steer for pulling wagons and stuff like that, so. It's okay. Alrighty guys, well, that's gonna wrap up our corn silage harvest here. So if you notice in this field here, the ground texture is different, and that is because this was regular corn. So when I planted this, I must have switched or something, because this field was silage corn according to my planter, which, yeah, that was silage corn, and then this over here was regular corn. Well, I somehow switched it. I don't know how that happened. So that's why this different texture here. But either way, it's still the same, basically. So we have got it done. So we hauled in 5 trailers, 5 chopper boxes at 9 tons a chopper box. So pretty good. And that should get us by, definitely. And then I think next year when we plant, I think we're gonna put beans down in here to get the nitrogen level up a little bit more on these back lower fields down here. But we are also gonna put cattle in that farther field, the one that has the different ground texture. We're gonna be putting cows in there. They'll eat up on everything in there. So but yeah, I'm just hauling the last load right now, hooked up obviously. So no rain, the forecast cleared up, imagine that. So we pushed early and got things started early. Really, we didn't have to. So you can see there, it's not expecting any rain now, which I mean, I'm not complaining, because you know there's other stuff I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be moving these bales up here. I was talking about selling them here early on. Actually, what I think I'm going to do now that we're going to be moving cattle down, or buying cattle and then moving them down on that corn that we just took off, I'm going to put them bales down there. Not all of them, but at least I would say probably a dozen or so, maybe. You know, I'm going to put them down there because we'll be feeding them to them cows out there. So that'll probably be it for this episode here. Just wanted to get going on the corn silage here. Probably end up getting real close to doing our actual corn harvest here. And I think beans, it's tough, because right now the beans, they're looking like they're going to be ready before the corn. So typically in the past, on the farm here, we've actually, Dad's always done corn first, because beans were later usually, and I don't know why. It's always been like that. But this year with the different hybrids, that I went with a different seed than Dad normally uses in the planter, and I don't know if that's what did it, but the corn is looking really good. But I think the beans, it's just different this year. I don't know. So we will see what comes first, but we're going to be messing around with some cattle on this next episode. We're going to move some down there and let them munch on some mulched up corn, because there's some cobs on the ground. Obviously we missed them, and the header here didn't pick up everything. So I'm going to disconnect this so I can hook up the 1066 to it. Put this away. I'll give it a little bath first. So we're done for the year on this harvester here. We are completely done using it. Not complaining. I mean, you know, maybe next year, maybe, who knows? Maybe, who knows what we're gonna do? I mean, it's, you know, we could be just getting a pull behind instead of using the actual harvester here, because actually I do like the pull behind a lot better for just our small operation. It's just, I don't think it's necessary to have one of these, but you know, Dad wanted a 5830 and he got a good deal on it, so he bought it. That's basically why we have it. I mean, otherwise I don't know if he would have got it. I'm gonna disconnect the header here, and that tipped over again. I gotta get that on something so it doesn't do that. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna park this, and actually I'm gonna park this in the shop, because there's a couple things I want to do to it before I put it away for winter. So otherwise we'll put it in there in the cold storage shed there. But I think for now I'm gonna open up. I don't know. Yeah, I won't be able to fit through there because the pipe up there too. But I'm gonna do a couple things to it before I put it away. Oops. Come on. Oh, that's right. Probably because something's parked in front of the store here. I don't know what it is. I have issues with that. Now let's move it away a little bit farther. It actually might be the four-wheeler. Yep. Let's back this guy up. I don't know what issue that is. I can't open the door if something's parked next to it, so we're gonna move the ATV here and see if that does it. That was the trick. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, so combine, that is all greased up, ready to go for our harvest, no matter if we're doing beans or corn. We're gonna set it up, I think, for beans first. If we have to switch, we will. It's not a huge deal. It's just more or less messing around with the monitor that's in there. So if we have to switch it, we will. But for now, we're gonna leave it set up the way it is, and we'll see what comes first. It just looks like the beans are gonna be ready first, but I could be wrong. Come on. We'll park it right in front, because this will be, I'll have this out of the shop by tomorrow. I'll work on it this afternoon now that we're done with silage. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to leave the door open here. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. I'm going to unload that other chopper box, and that's all I'm going to do. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.